bed the same way. Won't do
What's that?
Pretty solid. We'll nick that too much. How's it going, everybody? It's a whole bunch of friends here. Holy
What's
cow.
going on? Alex Kelly. The Alex Kelly is here, and Robbie, and yeah, everybody is around tonight.
I like how Alex said, yeah, I'm watching from Twitch. And I was like, who watches this from Twitch? And he's literally
What's up,
he's
Ed?
the only Twitch person so far. If you're watching on Twitch,
Yeah.
send us a comment so we know that people are watching on Twitch.
Yeah.
And say, what's up, Alex Kelly? You guys can be friends.
Alex Kelly is like the only Twitch dude ever.
No,
He's
I know
like,
this.
he just has to be.
Well,
right?
Twitch is huge, but it's something that we haven't like really dipped into. So,
Yeah, we're mostly not awesome with social media.
Yeah.
We do what we can.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's up, Michael?
We're learning as we go. How you guys doing? Thanks for joining us. Thanks for tuning in early on this one.
Feeling good on a Wednesday. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Wednesday night,
It is Wednesday night,
which means it's getting beer time.
Yeah.
What are you guys drinking?
Yeah, beers and beers.
Smash that like button. What else are we supposed to say? Let's see. Can we read all the things? There's Black Friday sales that are on.
What else
Did you guys know?
What else are the hot internet sayings these days? Yeah, Black Friday is on, which is, I mean, we'd be here anyways doing something, but
Yeah.
we figured we'd take today kind of as a chance to walk through all of our stuff because we often feature a lot of other stuff here or feature a specific thing, but we never really do just like an open, hey, here's everything, here's what it all does, let us know what you want to hear type thing. So, yeah, that's what we're doing today.
Manny's watching while he's supposed to be doing a gig. That's awesome.
Sick.
Also, yeah, cheers. I can't see your name now, but cheers from Vancouver Island. That's awesome.
Nice.
I wish I was on Vancouver Island rather than being in Winnipeg.
Yes.
Hip Metal Works.
Yeah, it is gorgeous
Yeah.
out there. Yeah. Where's everybody watching from tonight? I know obviously with some of our regulars, we know where you're from, but if you're new, let us know where you're from, and if you haven't let us know, also let us know, because that's part of what's so cool about this is we can kind of, no matter where we're from, we can just kind of hang and talk here. And
I have my
shoot the
delicious
shit.
mainstay tonight,
Yeah,
which
I
is
was
the
gonna say,
Stiegel Radler.
If you have
this
tuned-
is like,
if you tuned in before, you could suspect
Yeah.
that's what Derek's drinking.
that's right.
Yeah.
It's my go-to because I like juice and beer, and I like juicy beer, but not IPA,
Derek
not
is a
juicy
man-child.
IPAs. I am my man-child, very much. What's up, Satan? Hey, Jacob from Korea. Pittsburgh, nice.
Lukey's back.
Let's go.
Yeah, Luke's
Yeah.
here. Luke's here doing audio for Manny today,
Yep.
and Alex is back from sick leave. From Leduc, Alberta. Nice. Indiana. Nice. Eric and his White Claw close. That's more my speed, but not tonight. This place would get trashed if that was going to happen.
Dallas, what's going on, man? Long time
Kenny,
since
what's up,
we've
Tony?
seen.
How's it going?
Yeah, since I've seen you, dude. How you doing? Yeah,
New Hampshire. Satan's from New Hampshire.
nice.
Nice. Who would have guessed?
Tony's here. Like everybody's here. All the bros are here
New
tonight.
Mexico. Warm tonight. Oh, that sounds lovely. It's
Dude.
not, I will say it's not actually too cold today. The next few days are kind of hovering around 0 or 30 for our American friends.
No, I gotta get Christmas light stuff finished
Do it
tomorrow. Like
now,
I've done a
yeah.
bunch of it, but I gotta
Yeah.
get up. Milwaukee, nice.
Yeah, nice, that's awesome. Yeah, who has Christmas decorations up already? We did the inside of our house just because we wanted to do it before I headed out again, but nothing outside really yet.
Because you're leaving us again.
I know, I'm leaving for a few weeks, guys. Sorry.
Leaving on a jet
Got to,
plane.
to Vancouver and then on a bus to
Oh.
Seattle. But yeah, I mean, I'll still be hanging out and up and around. But yeah, if I have any American friends who want to meet up on here, let me know. I'll be out with Peach Pit for a few weeks, mostly on the west coast of the states and the south, and a couple East Coast shows. But check out their tour dates, and if you're around, let me know and let's meet up. It'd be cool to meet some of you guys.
My sound is really killer tonight, and like Sammy set this all up, and I just walked in and was like, all right, let me play old bad riffs on this.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like we wanted to have everything hooked up tonight, right? So we have the way this is kind of rigged up. We're running off the 2-note stuff.
Yeah.
And we just basically split that line into 2 lines. Did one of these, and then we basically have an ABY at the end of the front end of Derek's pedal chain, and then we're I ran into some weird power issues today, and like, functionally it was doing the same thing. But basically, these 2 delay pedals are this is going to the D20 effects loop, this is going to the G20 effects loop, and then both are going to the front, and then Derek has an ABY, so he can actually run both rigs at the same time with both delay pedals active.
I got to pick up another ABY switch for
Yeah.
you. I should see if Long McQuaid has them on sale this week because pretty soon I found we need some more pine to make our shelves, the last of our shelves, but we can rig all this stuff up properly. Garrett, you were asking if there's any deals on G20s. Yes, all Alpha amps are $100 off, I believe.
Yep,
Or is it
absolutely.
$150 off?
100 USD.
100 USD.
Yeah, 100
there
USD.
you go.
Yeah.
So
yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on, which we can also talk about. Tony also says your tone sounds sick, so maybe this is what you need to do now. And I will say too, this is what also is cool is the front end right now is going through, or you're just running one right now. But basically the front end is going through both the G20 and the D20 clean section, which sound quite different. And the way it stacks is pretty sweet.
Okay, check this out. So right now I'm just into the, it's just the G3. I have the G8 on, but I can turn it off. That's the G3 into the D20. Check this out. Here it is into the G20.
It's cool because I've always like, that sounds really good. The G20 clean is more true.
And if you guys think that sounds good, here's both.
Compliments you've got in your tone ever.
What's that?
This is the most tone compliments you've got ever.
Yeah, I know.
It's great. We're gonna keep you on this rig. Yeah. So technically, it's 7 cable method because it's got
all the cables.
2 separate effects
Sup,
loops,
Kyle Bull?
and then an ABY in front.
Yeah, we got to get Kyle Bull on this thing. I got to remember to set that up because.
So here's a good question. Mike P asks, "What's the Dyne IR?" We're here to answer questions too, guys, especially tonight. So if you got questions, tonight's the night. Let her rip.
Yeah.
We'll get
anything you guys want to know, just let me know. It's a Revv 4x12 with the WGS speakers with a 421 and a, sorry, not a 421, SM57 and a 57 and a Royer 121.
These both on the 412. What's cool with this actually is we can mess around with blending different cabs too. Because like you got the, oh man, there's a whole bunch of stuff here. So we switch the G20 to like the 212 or something. Or like one cab with Revv. Yeah, anyways, lots of fun to be had. But
he wanted to hear the Mauler.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm really bad at playing this pedal. Let's hear you with it.
Sounds good.
I can't play metal to save my life.
So if there's a specific tone you want to hear, let me know. But the Mauler, why am I not seeing it?
There you go.
Let's go to the clean. Yes, thank you. So there's 2 sides to it. I'll just do my quick little demo here. There's the HM2-ish side, which is, again, not a copy by any means, but inspired by the sound of the HM2. It is aiming to sound like that. So on that side, we got treble, bass, volume, and gain are both global. And then the blend blends you between that side and the Revv side, which is kind of a mix of a G3 and a G4, I guess. Like a little more sag like a G4, but presence like a G3. And then that just has treble, middle, bass. So essentially it's a G series pedal without the aggression stages on that side. But the Mauler side, or the HM2 side, sorry, I'll turn these effects off. So actually I'll start you in the middle. So this is a bit of both. What's cool about the Mauler versus our other pedals, or I guess other double stomp pedal being the tilt, is that it's actually in parallel as opposed to series. With the tilt, the boost goes into the drive side, which allows you to hit it harder or just use them independently. But with this, it's actually like a parallel blend of both. So the HM2 side, if you want literally just like the grimy death metal-y. Like if you want that just like flipped out, like grindy, which I would not use for anything I do, but like some people like it. So you can make it clip, but if you pull it back, it definitely is more manageable. And the Revv side here, rank the threshold there. The Revv side is more akin to like a G series pedal. So I would kind of dial like a nice blend of both here. I would use that that for lead time, honestly. Like, because like the HM2 has so much low end that if you blend it nicely, you can actually use it to smooth out what you're hearing. Like, obviously, that side on its own is very aggressive. But if you blend it a little bit towards, or a little bit more towards the Revv side and just kind of get the HM2 in there just to like thicken it up a bit, you can actually get like. So yeah, it does the crazy thing, but it also is very usable for other types of like high gain tones.
Kyle Bull said that we got my riffs tonight instead of his, which is not good. So here's the Mauler with the gains dimed like everybody asked, and the G series or the HM2 side dimed.
There you go. That's all I gotta do.
Yeah, dude, the tilt. Yeah,
Tilt
dude.
into that.
Oh, I've like
gated it
so hard. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, I gotta fix that.
Yeah.
Somebody asked about like the tilt. The tilt boost versus the G2 as a boost.
Yep.
So I don't know how to use them as boosts, but what am I on this amp right now? I don't think I am.
I will say like the boost side on the tilt is much cleaner than using the drive side as a boost. Like you could definitely use the drive side of the tilt as a boost as well. The actual boost itself is cleaner.
So here's just the excuse me.
It's dry in here.
Dude, it's balls. Here's the G20, the purple channel.
Sounds good.
That's just the amp, right?
Yeah.
So. Okay, here it is hitting it with the tilt.
Yeah, way tighter.
The mics suck when we're playing, guys.
I think there
That's
actually
more
is
the
some
issue.
gating going on so that the guitar overrides it.
Yeah.
So I probably should just not talk when there's guitar happening.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jacob.
So there's the boost side, while like into a high gain channel. G2 into it.
Yeah. And although the G2 is not by any means a tube screamer, that it does more of what a tube screamer does than the boost of this will.
Yeah.
Like even just from hearing that, like the boost on this really cleans up your low end, whereas this is hitting it similarly to just like adding another gain stage. So I think if you already have a fairly tight high gain tone, this just kind of helps make everything clearer.
Yeah.
Whereas this will actually add more saturation to it.
Garrett, here's an overdrive into the crunch channel of the G20.
Yeah, that's the G2 going into the front of the G20.
So here's just the,
Yeah, that sounds really good.
there's just the G20, and then here's the,
There you go.
that's just for Sam.
We're not using that sparingly. That's fine.
Yeah. Can you show the tilt boost into the Northern Mauler?
Yeah.
I mean, I can try that.
Go for it.
Let me see what happens here. I gotta dial this a little better though. Like I have it like goosed so that you guys can hear what it's like.
There you go. That's a nice tone. Robbie, I showed him my secret how to make them sound the way they sound. Yeah. Yeah,
I didn't do
I
anything
showed
for a week. I just sat
and did
and
that.
like,
I'm not gonna Yeah, I showed Derek the secret to how to do that, and then as soon as he figured it out, it was game over. Now it's the same.
We were at Sweetwater, and you were like, "Oh yeah, no, just turn your pick on its side," and I'm like, "What?" I've been like,
yeah, I know. Hit it like sideways, almost like you're literally just like pulling across, like this. Not like we're gonna sit here and do this all night, but this versus like you just get more attack.
yeah.
Anyways, yeah, that's the secret. Sideways pick. 2 a.m. in the UK. Hoogie, what's up, dude? How's it going? Hoogie's running us from the UK. Well, I guess you'd probably, has your time change set in yet, or is it still early for you? Yeah, Kyle, the G2 is actually blowing me away as a boost right now.
That's a G3.
G3, so try hitting the G2 with that.
The G3, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
boosting the G3. But so try, yeah, that's.
So G3 on its own.
And now try that through the D20. Oh, interesting. Garrett, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that a lot. I've been working on a lot of things for a while that have been just being worked on for a while, so I'm hoping that next year is a good year for music. So yeah,
More higher low stuff, or
more of everything, honestly. Like yeah, more higher lows, more solo music. I've been working on that quite a bit, and then a new project as well, which I will not say too much about yet, other than it's with a couple of the Intervals band guys, and we just shot some video for it and some other stuff, and I'm really stoked on it. But that's all I'll say about it for now. Coming next year.
Hoogie's out in the UK right now with Shinedown and Asking Alexandria, and like we just got the new rig for Asking Alexandria's European rig just got over there, so
Yeah, that's
yeah,
sick.
man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, them and Comeback Kid both out with the rigs over in Europe right now.
Yep. Yeah. What do you guys think? This is D20 with the G3. Versus the G20
That's not boosted. That's the G20.
Yeah, that's just the G20 on its own, and this is the D20 with the G3.
I don't know, man. It's kind of torn. That I don't know. You know I'm a big fan of the D20 power section, but this is G4. The pedal is running it through the effects loop. Nope, they're running in front. Generally, we recommend running. I mean, you can use them as a preamp, but we usually recommend running the G series pedals in the front of a cleaner amp. Luigi says G20 is tight. G20 is cleaner, but slightly thinner. That was kind of what I was feeling too. So, out of curiosity, what if you're in the G2 into the G20? Like that, yeah, run. There it is. Yeah, I think it might just be the way that the pedal hits the front end in general, like on both applications, that gives it that kind of boominess, you know? Nice. That's awesome.
Hey, Will, what's going on? I'm still waiting for you to build and send me that amplifier. Will is from formerly from Broken Crow Amplification.
Oh,
which is a
we were next to them at
killer,
Nashville
killer amp.
2016.
Killer amp.
Yeah. He wants it.
Yeah.
It's the one he doesn't have.
I does
Yeah.
want.
What's the best one? The one that I don't have yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's G3 in the front. Michael says G3 for me, using a G3 to clean channel my 100p. Oh, cool, man. Nice.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Very nice.
Yeah.
You're preferring that over the purple channel on your 100p?
Interesting.
I'm curious.
Lots of G3 here.
Yeah.
Interesting.
G3 crew represent.
Yeah.
Like,
I will say, man, like you can put it in front of pretty much anything, and it sounds like that. Like that was. I remember the first time trying the G3. Like you know, how many distortion pedals where you try where they clearly sound and feel like pedals, you know. And the first time I played it, was like, this does not feel like a pedal. It feels like an amp. And then I played it into a Blues Junior, and it was like, wow, it feels like my Revv, you know. So, yeah, G3.
Flux, dude, yeah, get the tilt. Like, of all the pedals that we have, like the tilt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are the two that are on my board all the time, is the tilt and G3.
Thanks, Kyle. I had nothing to do with any of this sounding good. Sam set everything up, and so did Luke and Alex. And like, I walked in and I was like, especially like running them together.
That was a weird one. It was like a stutter. Yeah. But it's also nice having also hearing the comparison of the Pro Series with I'm always reminded of how much I like these amps too. Like I use this a lot more, but every time I listen, it's like, frick, man, like the D20 with the G3 sounds so good.
Like the D20 with here, now I'm gonna ruin everybody's night. That's why I love the tilt. Like even just like as the boost slide, like you actually have me convinced with this rig tonight. You actually have me convinced that the next time I play at church to take the G20 and use their D20 instead. Like,
dude, even for even the clean channel though, it's just like having two different clean channels that stack together.
Yeah, I use a G20.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, there's obviously nice running the same amp on both sides because you get a balanced sound, but like stacking two clean channels and having the pedals hit each amp differently is just going to create so much more character.
Dude, I'm going to owe Kyle Bull so much money. He's like, get these gentlemen some likes on this stream, guys. 47 watchers, 18 likes. You know what? He's right, and we're horrible at being like, hey, do us a favor, because it does actually help a lot if you guys like and subscribe and all of that fun stuff.
It does, yeah. It really does help the way that YouTube will project it to people who might just be opening YouTube and have common interests. It really does help.
And I just really want to be famous. So if you could just, like, I'm going to play sweet, sweet riffs that I wrote 15 years ago that Stobes and I are going to record again, and like, and then we're all going to get famous. That's right, you did. Nah, I'm not going to do that. Anyway, shout out to our friends at Two Notes. We're using the Dyne IRs tonight, obviously. We're using the Two Notes ones, but they have got a boatload of different Dyne IRs on sale right now for Black Friday. Everybody's got cool shit on sale right now.
Yeah, man. So, lots of good friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much everyone.
Did anybody buy anything yet?
I bought some plugins, because that's what I'm obsessed with right now.
Nice. Jacob, we did do a little brief tilt boost into the Mauler. We'll do it again in a minute. But,
yeah, for sure. We'll definitely do it again.
Sorry, Tony, you absolutely do see a Friedman Phil X in the back there. It's a killer amp right back here somewhere. Yeah. None of that stuff is set up right now to run properly. But you know what? Man, shout out to Dan yesterday. Dan was here,
man,
hanging out. Okay. And Dorian, you want to tell it? Or?
No. I'll let you tell the story, but it always blows my mind because, like, I know with some people, they just know what they do. very well. And with Dan, I had never really seen Dan work on any of our stuff. And there's been a couple times recently where he's come in here and like taken apart another amp from someone else and immediately just made it sound like 20 times better. And it's like, that dude just knows what he is doing. That was the only way I was going with that. But.
So Dorian, our media and graphics guy, actually, we should find a real title for Dorian. He does all the videography. He said what he does here makes everything we do look good, which is 100% true.
It's funny because, also side note, I hung out with Donovan last night and shot some video with him, and he's like, what Dorian has done for the aesthetic of your brand is insane. Like,
everybody,
cheers to Dorian.
Raise your cup to Dorian tonight.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers, bud.
Yeah. Cheers to everybody for hanging out with us tonight.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So Dorian and I are both amp nuts. We love everything, not just our stuff. Dorian's got like a couple of Friedmans, a bunch of Marshalls, but he's got an SLO 100. And he brought it by, and he's like, "Oh man, you got to hear my SLO because it's not like any other ones." And I have one, and like, we plugged Dorian's in, and we plugged mine in, and we A/B'd them, and Dorian's was just unreal.
For whatever reason,
how good it was.
Yeah.
And it was actually broken, so. Dan comes in and Dorian's like, I don't know what's wrong with it.
What was wrong with the presence knob?
So the presence knob didn't really, it worked in reverse. And essentially what it ended up being is that there's a ground that runs along all of the pots, like a ground strip or ground rod. And it was broken in one spot, which was causing it to try to ground out some other way. And it meant that the presence control wasn't working. It also made the volume controls not work properly. So anyway, Dan is just standing here while we're playing with it, and Dan tells us exactly what is wrong with it without looking at it. He's like, "This is what's going to be wrong with it."
He literally listened to it, and he's like, "Well, it's either running at half power or there's this specific ground issue," and that is what was wrong with it when he opened it.
So he opens it up, he fixes it. The amp sounds even better, and I'm like, mine doesn't sound anywhere near as good, but mine had KT66s in it, and Dan's like, "I'm gonna put 6L6s in it. I'm gonna rebias it." And then we'll see how yours is. And like, the bias was really cold, and like the way you set the bias on those amps, you have to like.
It was really weird. If you get some weird reading off the board itself.
It has to go like from like one of the two pins, I think, to the transformer, in order like you have to get the reading rate from the transformer. So anyway, so Dan biased it up, and holy shit, my SLO sounds awesome now. And so does Dorian's. Yeah. So
that's awesome. Shout out to Dan as well.
Evan would like to know, hold on, I'm going to back up. Okay, I got the Friedman collection as well as the Angle Swamp. Yeah, nice.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Do you mind scrolling up? We saw some purchases there.
Also, Mike, we are going to do those captures. We were going to do them in like August. And honestly, we just got stupid busy.
Sorry, that was the one, Robbie. So ML Sound Labs released an amped icon, like the iconic 5150 as like a sim. And apparently it's really good. All the ML stuff is really good. I will say, if you want like a good recording plugin for like a high gain tone just to get started with recording, their Amped Roots plugin is free, and it has like the Fluff 5150 in it. And for a free plugin, it's insane. Like, it's really good. So if anyone's looking for something just to try when you're demoing and stuff like that, it's awesome. So big shout out to ML.
Nice.
Yeah.
He's a good dude. It's Miko, right?
Yeah. I haven't directly corresponded with him, but I've seen him post, and he seems like
Kyle's good buddies with him,
like a super good guy, and definitely knows what he's doing. I will say the ML IRs are really, really great. Yeah, I've used those before in the Fractal units. The Zilla IRs that they made are really cool. So yeah, shout out to them.
What does the G2 or the G3 and or G2 running into the Mark III purple channel sound like? That's all you, buddy.
Sorry, was the G3 and the G2 running into the purple channel? Oh, interesting. Okay, we can try that. Well, I'm definitely a big fan of like having multiple gain stages, whether it's required or not. Like, even though I can get all the gain I need out of.
I'm gonna address this too. John Vogt asked about. I hope I said your name right, John. He wants me to buy his Driftwood Purple Nightmare, but dude, I just bought a Friedman BE50 Deluxe, so
which I'm very stoked for.
That's the end of me buying anything for a while now.
Yeah.
So
that's awesome.
Yep. Sorry, dude.
No, it's okay.
But somebody buy his Driftwood. Those amps are killer.
Yeah, they're phenomenal amps. Sorry. So yeah, I mean, I'm definitely a fan of, even if I have an amp channel that can get me all the gain I need, taking like smaller steps with different gain stages to kind of give you more gain and also just fill up more space. So this will be fun because I haven't tried doing the G3. I will say I have used the G2 into the channel. So just so you guys know what I'm running here, usually I like running, same thing, like I find that even if I'm not using a super high gain tone, I use the red aggression and just turn the gain down just because I like the way that it saturates. So do you have the friggin' chips? Oh no, is it chips? Let's see after, it's like, frick. It's like I thought I left those in the lunchroom. So I'm using the red aggression with the gain quite low, probably at about 3 out of 10. Treble and mid just pushed at about 6. Same thing with the bass. Honestly, pretty much everything between 6 and 7, but just with the bright switch and the cut switch on. And this is about. That's about what I'm working with there. If I was gonna put a drive in front of it. Probably go, like, I kind of am a fan of using, like, again, like lower gain on the pedal itself, but just enough that you get that saturation. Yeah, basically. Right, like, it's not adding a ton of gain, but you can just hear how much it tightens everything up. Yeah. So you could probably, like, I'm running the G2 fairly low gain here. This is probably how I would do it. Like, again, I'm not trying to get, like, overly gainy and crazy with it. But even if you do push the gain, like, it still stays fairly clean, but you get that kind of boominess, which I probably wouldn't use for that type of tone myself. But that's probably how I'd use that.
Let's hear purple into purple.
I was going to say, let's see how this works, because I haven't done this yet. So I'm going to start with, again, in the G3 fairly low. But we got
here it is on the...
purple on purple.
Here's the... on the G2.
Man, that sounds good. That's into the G20?
Yeah.
Oh, crazy. Nice, Robbie. That's awesome. Robbie says he's used to run the same sound.
Oh, with the tilt.
With the tilt, yeah.
Yeah. Here it is again.
Again, though, that for me, like that and tilt into that type of tone just shapes the low end a lot. Like it's not adding a lot of gain. Yeah. That sounds so good, dude.
Oh, hold on. Sorry.
That's the G20?
That's this. Sorry, guys. I had it as both amps, so like...
Jeez, that sounds huge. That sounds really good, I'm not going to lie. So...
What potion are we drinking tonight? I have the Stiegl Radler.
Stiegl Radler. Yeah, right now I'm on the Little Brown Jug 1919, another local Winnipeg brewery, which I really enjoy quite a bit. This one specifically I enjoy a lot. They also have a golden ale that is really nice too.
If you want to hear the G3 into the G20, here it is.
On the And then this is, for whoever had asked before, this is the G3 into the purple channel on the 120. There we go. There. Oh, the gate's not on.
You're not even going to be able to do it. There you go.
There you go. No, we got it. This is how the gate threshold works. You just got to set it for that. So I'd probably, same thing, like I'd probably run it lower gain, kind of cut the bass back.
I can't do that, man. If I do that, it's like it's straight straight to galloping for me.
Yeah.
And then goes
like Iron Maiden. like pulling on this. I think that's the difference. Yeah, there you go. That's the difference with the offshore models and the American models. It's
the tuning?
the hardware.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, G3 into the purple channel definitely is usable. I think it's a lot of gain. Like I think for me, I would probably use the G3 either on a clean channel or just use the purple channel with the G2 or with the tilt. But it works, you know, like. Yeah, tilt into the Mauler. Let's do that, Jacob. Do you want to hear more of the HM2 thing or more of the? I mean, I'll just show you both. So.
Braxel is asking, how are you able to keep the G3 into the purple channel without a bunch of noise?
The G8.
G8.
Yeah, using a gate. I have the gate on the amp, and also the gate is in this instance after the G3, which is not usually how I would do it. But for that specific thing, there's basically 2 gates running. There's one in the preamp and one in the front. And I will say the G8 is super transparent, but that is where a gate comes in handy, like when you're running that much gain. And again, also running the G3 not super hot, like, you know, even with the gate on. Just before we move to the Mauler, Jacob, I'll get to that in 1 sec. Like, you know, actually, that's not too big. There you go. See, as soon as you touch it, right? So if I turn the gain back, it's still gonna go. Like, it's still really high gain. I think the volume's making more of a difference than anything. Sorry, I'm just experimenting with where I can get this to let off.
I like it.
I know you.
It reminds me of the freak pedal.
I know you like it. But yeah, like I'm running like a, you know, not a ridiculously hard gate. And with the G3 gain quite low, like you're not really using it again like to get more gain. Like the amp has more than enough gain. It's more about the character it adds.
Poo Ninja, what's up? Yeah, Poo Ninja sent me a picture of him with Steve Vai in a Darth Vader mask.
I saw.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's sick. Anyways, yeah, sorry. The G3 into the purple channel, I don't think you should use for more gain. Just use it for different texture and space. Like turn the gain back a bit. Instant hardcore breakdown feedback. Yeah. Sorry, tilt into Mauler. Do you want to give that a go?
I don't know.
Okay.
You do that one. I mean, I'm bad at it, so.
I am going to use the G8 just because this guitar I feel like is feeding back a lot for some reason, but I like it, so I'm going to use it.
All right,
so
let's
this
try
is
it.
this is the, yeah. So this is the Mauler on its own. I'll put it in the middle. Tilt.
Keep going. Okay, a couple questions. Stobe, scroll up there for a second. Kyle's answering that one too, and it's great advice. So, what do you guys do, what do you guys and everyone else do on days when you are uninspired or on-off playing days?
Yep.
When you're in a funk and when your hand/head aren't working together. Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, go for it. Luke, you can give me a beer while that's happening. Thanks.
I've been in that spot for honestly, probably the last 7 years.
With playing guitar, you mean?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
play a lot of the same things. Honestly, what I do more than anything, I pick some sort of pedals and I play something that is nothing like what I'm normally playing because I gravitate to doing the same riffs. Like if I'm using
Thanks, buddy.
I'm going to gravitate towards the same thing if it's something that I'm used to. So I'll go and take something like, man, what was I just using that I was having a ton of fun with?
The Fairfax.
The Fairfax thing, yeah. But
Fairfield. Sorry, not Fairfax.
Yeah, Fairfield. But for actual real pedals, I was using that. Excuse me. I know the Fairfield's a real pedal.
It's funny 'cause you say excuse me for coughing, but it sounded like he farted from the noise your guitar made when it scraped. It was the guitar moving.
Yeah, like I played with the SLO pedal a little bit, like the Greer Lightspeed. Like I'll go and I'll use something that's not typical that I normally use, like a Klon style pedal. Anything that's really different. I also I really liked like last week when we were playing with the modulation stuff, because having like weird delays that I'm not used to makes me like kind of rethink how I'm picking something, you know what I mean? Or like what I'm doing.
Yeah, definitely.
And then otherwise, I like Kyle's comment about like, if you're just not into it, like go do something else for a bit and then come back to it.
Yeah, yeah.
If you have the luxury though of having like different guitars, different gear, that makes me play different all the time. Like even yesterday when I was playing that SLO of Dorian's, I started playing riffs that I liked that were different than anything else I had played when I was using Dorian's Les Paul Custom with his SLO, because it just had a very, very different feel and vibe. So yeah, like if you have a different guitar, different instrument, like a ukulele, mandolin, banjolo. Yeah, the banjolo.
Banjolo.
I want a banjitar. Is that what you call it? Or the ganjo? Banjitar? Ganjo?
Ganjo, yeah.
Sean and I were messing with them in when we were in Ottawa. They had one at Long and McQuaid, and it was like stupid fun.
Yeah, they're super fun. What does Robbie say?
I watch true crime documentaries and listen to pop music. Always gives me a fresh outlet.
Yeah, seriously.
Nice.
Yeah.
Play drums, nice. Love it.
I think, what did I say? I just want to say thank you for the help. Oh, no problem, dude. Thanks for tuning in, man. Oh, that's great. Yeah, Jacob and I have been emailing. You're just having an issue with the tube that I think we got sorted out. But yeah, thanks for tuning in tonight, dude. We really, really appreciate that. And thanks for all the support. It's awesome. What do we got here? Yeah, I think for myself, I'm more of what Kyle was saying, and that I need to, like, I think kind of remove myself from it. It's like, I realize, too, like, working in music all the time, where it becomes a job, like, and this is like the cliche thing, but like, it's still fun. But obviously when you go home and you've been working in something all day and you're in like work mode in that thing, it's kind of hard to step out of work mode and do the same thing, but just in a freeing sense. So I think for me, like if it's in terms of like writing and feeling uninspired, go for a walk with my dog, go for a walk with my wife, like sit outside, do something different that isn't demanding all of that thought power to, like, you know, it's kind of like your ears. After a while when you're mixing, your ears get tired, like your brain gets tired of trying to think of those things and like pay attention to it. And I think like a reset is definitely just as important as the time you're doing it to get a fresh perspective if you need it.
Yeah, I also will often go, like back when I was actually playing in a band and like trying to write songs, I would actually go and like listen to stuff that like maybe we were nothing like, but that there were elements of it that I wanted to start incorporating into my playing, and just start listening to other guitar music that was stuff that I was like, I want to write things in this vein. Yeah. And then that kind of pulls kind of inspiration. I saw somebody ask, I'm sorry, I don't know where it is. You don't have to scroll all the way up to find it, but somebody asked if there was a difference between the first 100p and the Mark III.
Yeah,
and
I saw that too.
Yes, there is.
And between the 1, 2, and 3.
There is only a Mark II. For 100p.
Oh, 100p, I'm sorry. I was thinking about the 120. Like, yes, yeah.
There's definitely a difference.
Yeah, I don't know, what would you say it is? I feel like it's
more bottom end, it's
more the low, it's more saturated, the low end is more controlled. Yeah. Like tighter. I mean, obviously the two notes is like the big structural difference and is like a new feature, but in terms of the amplifier itself, I mean, the gate's different. The voicings of every channel is different, like on the 120 as well. I feel like the MK3 was just a lot tighter and more precise sounding, if that makes sense.
Yep. And somebody else asked, are we doing the Christmas thing again? Like, if you're asking about 12 Days of Christmas, I believe we are. We were just starting to talk about,
we just had a meeting about that, yeah.
What we're going to do or what it's going to be, and we don't know any of those things yet. So
yeah, I think
probably.
It's always fun for us to do. Like, it's kind of a good, like, community building activity.
Team building exercise.
People like free stuff. They will get together for free stuff.
Yeah.
Basically. But no, it's fun. It's fun to do stuff like that, you know, around that time of year and just get everybody involved. One thing I find myself when I don't feel like playing is working on guitar projects. Setups. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Kyle was saying doing setup work and doing more of the tech type of stuff versus playing treat your instruments with care so they'll treat you with care. Yeah, that's a good, actually, it's a great suggestion, Kyle. Do you build amps with the 2 notes in mind? No, I would not say that Dan, I mean, obviously Dan has to account for the, like, installation of the 2 notes components, but I would not say that Dan voices his amps based on that.
No, all the new amps that we build, we do keep that in mind, though, because it's kind of become the standard of what we do.
Yeah, but mostly in terms of like actually fitting it into the amp. Like when we're testing them, the first impressions will be through like a cabinet.
Yeah, like I play tested the like second revision of the new Dynamis head yesterday.
Yeah, there you go. That's another thing people were asking about. And it's happening.
Yeah, and it's it's coming along.
Yep.
And I didn't ever bother to
Jeff, lead time for
sorry, I didn't bother to play it through anything but a cabinet. I just played through a cabinet to see how it sounds.
We'll obviously account for the fact that it needs to be in the amp, but like there's so much flexibility within what 2 notes is capable of doing that we are pretty confident that we can come up with an amp that we like the sound of and then find a way to make that sound the way we want with the 2 notes tech, you know. Jeff, I think about 4 weeks now for MK3 lead time. Yeah, 4 weeks, 1 month. Yeah, for I guess stock black or for customs as well.
I'm assuming that Dodge Charger fan, is that Dave?
Yes.
Yeah. There will be combos of the Dynamis when we do it. Yeah, that's 100% part of the deal. But we start with heads all the time, so.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll happen. Combo with the 2 notes would be like a super functional all-in-one rig.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, there is I guess Derek just talked about it, there is, a lot of people have asked. Yeah, I did like a poll on Instagram just asking some questions that we could answer for this, and as much as there was questions about how the gear sound, there was a lot of them that were like, when's there an MK3 740 coming? And, it is happening, and I think it is going to be 2 amps. Like it'll be a Dynamis.
Yeah, there's a purple channel version, and there's the original 740 version is what we're gonna do. So
yeah.
Who loves After Eights? I love After Eights.
How many have you eaten so far? Oh, just 2.
Oh, 3.
3? Okay.
No, I'm fat. Don't judge me.
They're good.
You want one there, Luke? Huh? You should come get one, huh?
Yeah. Combo with 2 notes tech. Yeah, totally. What are you guys' thoughts on plugins like the Audio Assault RV?
That's a Revv plugin from Audio Assault. I've never tried it.
Okay.
My thoughts on it, they're probably bitching, and I'm just, I don't play my guitar through a computer. Like, it's like, the only time I do it is when I'm here.
Yeah.
And like, I'm useless at that stuff. I wish I was better at it.
I don't, like if I ever have
just making fun of me saying Derek doesn't know what to do with plugins. See, he typed it right there. Go ahead, hit enter so everybody sees it. Come on, don't be a douche. Come on. Show the world what you think of me. Thanks, bud.
There it is. Well, I don't know. You're right, though. You don't use them. Like, I will use it for when I'm recording demos so that I can reamp things and not have to track things a million times with different tones. Even when I'm tracking a final project, often I will do my tracking with a plugin and then reamp it through my amp rig, through my Revv. And often, not going to lie, sometimes a plugin sounds the way I want. Like, Neural DSP makes some great stuff. ML Sound Labs makes some great stuff. Oh. It's okay, there's not cameras over there.
He ducked right when I did it, eh? He didn't even notice.
Luke, how did you duck far enough? You're like 7 feet tall. Oh, Alex
Stokes did it. Went right over top of him.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you guys can see on the camera that Luke's like literally 7 feet tall.
Oh, something else. Yeah. Sorry.
Pick something. Go mix him a rum and Pepsi. There's an After Eights breakfast of champions. Yeah, I've started days on worse things than that.
We had some good old Dutch chips beforehand with some beef and cheese.
Hey, man. Beef and cheese Santos were great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything anyone else wants to hear as well while we're here? Any new tuner inners who want to smash that like button in exchange for us showing you what you want to hear?
Somebody's going to ask for you with your shirt off because you said that, dude.
Hey, I'm assuming. Sorry, I'm assuming that's. I'm assuming that's Paul. How's it going?
There's gotta be. Come on, get something cold.
No. Why would I want that? Paul, I'm assuming. Thanks for getting the 120 back to me and checked out. Yeah, I'm hoping it's working out for you, man. Thanks for getting her sent in here. I'm glad I made it back to you safe. Let me know how everything's working out for you.
Dude, there is a Revv poutine recipe. Go back and watch the. The bronze. Go on YouTube and find the G3 Bronze Metallic. video that we did where
I ate the apple pie poutine.
apple pie poutine.
Oh, I forgot about that. And you know what's funny too is like we went to the.
Now, give me something good.
Oh, that is good. You just have childish beer taste. We went to the Il de Chêne restaurant and they gave us a poutine with like sweet potato fries and cheese sauce.
That was so
It was
terrible.
like the anti-poutine.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was not
Okay,
good.
so Ed, no, there won't be any cabinet deals. Unfortunately, okay, what we've done is we've not raised our price on cabinets. We actually haven't raised our prices on anything as everybody kind of goes nuts raising their prices here. But our good friends at Celestion did put through a massive price increase in one shot. Vintage 30s went up 25%. I don't know what that is.
He might not mind that. He won't like that.
Okay. More
Yep.
rattling. No, I'll have the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, good work. You should put the other beers in the fridge, bud.
Good work.
Yeah. Good, bud.
Good
Third
work.
time's a charm. Let's see. It didn't even. It was
The reverb's on their channel.
I know, but that was underwhelming. Oh boy. What's going down in the streets?
She's fizzing.
Yeah, that's okay.
Is it cold?
Yeah, it's cold. That's,
Okay.
that's the most important thing.
Okay.
It's hobby, I can tell.
That's a pretty good beer. No, it's not too bad. I mean, for you, like any is too much.
So this is the Jerkface 9000, which is fitting.
Is that one good enough?
Yeah, it's pretty hoppy.
Good.
Or it's pretty bitter. Way to go.
Just like
You're
you.
buying all the beers. You drank the one that I would have drank. What are you doing?
Luke brought me this one.
Way to go.
I'll sell
Thanks,
you
bud.
out. He brought me two. I picked this one.
Just straight under the bus with Luke, eh?
Dude, yeah,
Sam
he
just
doesn't,
like-
he doesn't care.
No,
I do
I
it
know
to
he
him in the
doesn't.
shop too.
I mean, he tried to give me warm beer. Anyway, what I was saying is that between Baltic Birch going up a crazy amount and being extremely hard to get, sorry, and then also the price of speakers, we just can't do anything on cabs. They're the only thing that we couldn't include when we were doing the Black Friday deals was we were like, we can't do anything about cabs, but we're trying to keep our cabinet prices reasonable because like shit, a 4x12 is like $1,400 US now.
Yeah.
When they used to be like
And keep in mind, like
$1,000 or-
we are definitely of the mindset that we would like to sell our gear for the most affordable price that we can for people.
Yeah.
Like we really want to be able to get our gear out to people. So
I'm not that way. I want to make as much money as possible.
yes, Derek does.
Yeah.
I'm being
So,
honest.
yeah.
Derek's
Sam
lying.
sets all their prices too. So,
That is not true at all.
so you can blame Sam for the price of the 120.
How often at Sweetwater did I have to be like, what's US map on this? Like
Yeah.
it was, I only know Canadian pricing, but anyways, yeah, unfortunately not on cabinets for that reason. But everything else, pedals are 15% off, Alpha Series amps are $100 USD off, and Pro Series amps are $300 USD off, and customizations.
Customizations starting tomorrow.
Starting tomorrow, we just decided this,
Yeah. Free customizations till Tuesday.
on any of the Pro Series
It's our
amps.
Canadian way of saying Happy Thanksgiving, America. And Sean, what's up? Sean's here and his only comment is money.
Money!
So,
That's great. Nice.
yeah, you can, Evan, you can use the two notes and a cab at the same time.
Yep, that actually was one of the questions that we got asked. How do we prefer to run the Lunchbox amps live since they're lower wattage? And I prefer to run direct and monitor, or like have a cabinet live but not mic'd, just like have it on stage for Phil, and then run direct off the amp. Yeah, I think that's the best move.
Oh, Derek, yeah, you know what? We're in the middle of redoing all of our merch. That's why our merch selection on our site is just shit.
Yeah. Dorian's
so-
redesigning
Yeah,
stuff. Yeah.
and we're getting some stuff printed. Actually, they started printing some stuff today, so there will be new merch like very soon.
Turkey skin
But
Rolex.
yeah,
Oh no, that'd be terrible. Why am I imagining like Randy in the dispensary episode in South Park? When I think of that, I'm not gonna. If anyone knows what I'm talking about, you'll know what it is. I'm not gonna say it on here, but
the Scrota coat.
so good. There you go. Scrotum go.
No, the Scrota coat. No, dude, when he uses his balls as a hibbity hop, it's amazing. If you guys haven't seen that episode of South Park, get on it. Yeah, integrity.
Derek knows.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
amazing.
you know what's up.
We got integrity.
Any phase issues with tuning mics in the two notes front of house? There can be. There can be latency issue.
Yeah, but nothing that like most consoles couldn't fix with either a phase flip or if it's like a digital console with some sort of plugin.
Stobe says not really. They're all different. I just know that when I was at Two Notes, there were a number of artists that were trying to use them at the same time, like use a Torpedo Live at the same time as miking up a cab, and there was some phasing and latency issues. So you know what, Stobe? Shut it. You don't know what you're talking about.
Alex is not a live sound engineer by any means.
No.
And by that I mean he knows way more about it than we do, and
No,
he's
he doesn't.
actually a live
He
sound
just pretends.
engineer.
He just pretends.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like most issues I've had with that, because like there was times with intervals where we were running simultaneously cab and front of house and had them both going, and it usually was able to be fixed by like a phase flip. So nothing crazy. Frick, that sounds good. Are you going through both amps right now? Also, having two delay pedals going at the same time is sweet.
Yep. One's not even on though.
That's sweet.
So that's what we were talking about when we were talking about like inspiration, like the fact that having those two delays and they're not set the same, like it would cause me to think of like different ways like to play, because before I was just doing like this, like this on, I pick way less notes because I want the delays to come through.
And the width of that is... Try to play GNR and he does. This Sweet Child of Mine vocal melody, yeah.
That's that tilt boost on, man. Like, take that off. And there goes all my inspiration. Like, legit, like.
Yeah, it feels
like
better, you're gonna play better.
Everything just sounds like. Like, it sounds good, but like, compared to like, and then I can go back to that. So, like, unbelievably dynamic and touch sensitive, right? Like,
Frick, your rig sounds way better than this one does. Sounds good. Yeah, it is.
It's all it is, friends. It's all it is.
I did this.
Yeah. Sam's like, I built your fucking rig, man. Like,
sounds really good, man.
So yeah. Ooh, that was weird, eh? What did that do? What did the delay do there? Like,
what's left?
That'll be the ARP, right?
That's the ARP. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's this guy. I don't know. It had some weird kind of like just kind of like tapey thing going on.
yeah.
It's good.
Somebody said something further up there, Stobes, if you could scroll up a little bit there. I was gonna mention something. Robbie's asking what Black Friday deals you guys got. We got our stuff on sale. If you don't have a tilt, buy a tilt. You don't have a Mauler, buy a Mauler. Sammy's team Mauler, I'm team tilt.
Yeah, sure.
No, we're both team both.
Yeah, exactly.
Get 'em
I
all.
was gonna say I've been using both. I actually have been using them both, but the tilt's always on now, so it doesn't really count.
That's right. Like it's like a utility pedal now for me more than it is about tone.
I think he was asking if we actually bought anything on Black Friday.
I haven't
deals.
bought anything. I mean, I bought some Christmas present stuff for my kids, which I can't talk about because my kids sometimes watch this. But other than that, I haven't bought any gear yet. I bought the BE50 Deluxe, but I bought it used from a buddy. So Robbie got a tattoo instead of the Mauler.
Nice.
Did you get a Mauler tattoo though, so that later on when you get the Mauler it matches? Then it'd be fine.
Jeez. Oh jeez. What did I get? I actually didn't get anything for Black Friday. Maybe I should look at some deals.
I'm going on vacation to Florida in the new year, so I'm going to buy tickets to Legoland for my kids tonight on Black Friday deals.
Nice.
Maybe
Legoland
Universal Studios. Derek Clausen has asked, man, this frickin' cough I've had. Have you guys all had this cough? It sucks balls. I've had it for like, Stobes, what's it been? Is it 3 weeks now or is it 2 weeks? 2 full weeks as of today? Yeah, I didn't give it to you. You gave it to me, you dirtbag. And your wife has mono now. I told you we shouldn't make out. Told you it was a bad idea. But you didn't want to listen. No. Christmas show, yeah, we'll be doing the 12 Days of Christmas thing. I don't know all of the details yet. I will know them very soon. I just don't know what yet. Honestly, we started talking about it last week, and things have just been crazy around here because, yeah. We're busy and we're down a few people right now. So a couple guys are heading out on tour, so we're trying to get ahead before that. So yeah.
Yeah. Manny and myself.
Do I get to wear the elf costume?
Yes.
Would you like to?
Yeah.
Luke can wear the elf costume again. If you guys saw the video last year where Dan drove the forklift in the Santa costume. It's the best.
Yeah, you didn't know it was me though, because my head was cut off.
Yeah, it was you next to like Emily, who was like barely 5 feet.
Yeah.
And then you're like 6'7".
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like Emily and Bethany in the frame, and then like below Luke's
Yeah.
shoulder. Yeah. It was funny.
What do you guys want to hear? What do you want to know? Send us your questions. I don't know what else we're supposed to talk about. Let's see. We got a list of stuff we're supposed to talk about.
Yeah.
Oh, we're supposed to talk about the history of each piece of gear.
Oh no, we're not.
Holy
I just added that today. We're not.
Well, we're an hour in, and yeah.
I just added that today, as if we needed stuff to talk about. I mean, honestly, I feel like the intent of today is just to give you the vibe of what all of our stuff does.
Yeah. So here we go. We're going. You ready? First off, it was generator 120 and generator 740. Then came generator 100R. Then came generator 100P. Then came Dynamis. Right?
For the amps.
Yeah, that's right. Then, what was it? What was next?
G3.
G3.
Well, G3 was before 100P.
What's that?
G3 was no.
100P was first.
Really? Okay.
They were both showed at NAMM. We started shipping
So
100Ps right away,
G3, G4, G2,
You got it.
G8, tilt. Mauler.
Nope. Oh, dude. No. So, went G3, then it went G4, D20 at the same time. Then it went G2, then it went G20.
I didn't know. Okay, I didn't know we were talking about amps still.
Then we went Mark 3s.
Yes.
Then
So
we
sorry. It was G2, G4, G3, G4,
And the D20.
D20, G2,
And then the G20.
then the G20, then the tilt.
Nope. Then the
G8, G8,
Mark 3.
Mark 3.
Mark
Wow.
3, G8, tilt,
Jeez.
Northern Mauler.
Right. Yeah. G8's after the 120. Yeah. Crazy.
No, I said 740 right away.
Yeah.
Stopes, you don't know what you're talking about. You weren't paying attention.
He did say
I said
740
120,
right
740. Then 100.
I'm not going to argue on this. You definitely
Come on!
I do.
Jeez.
All I remember is that when I got hired by Revv, it was to test pedals, and all we had was the G3.
Yeah. You thought the Dynamis... Yeah, I said Dynamis before 100p. Didn't I?
Yep.
Yeah.
Dynamis was before the 100p. Yeah. So
It
sorry.
wasn't before 100R, though.
So what was first? It was
120.
not that little thing Dan has over there?
Oh, yeah. Well, that was Dan's first amp, but it was never mass-produced. And I've actually never played that. We're going to play that when
Dan's
going to be on
Yeah,
here
we're
in
going
a
to
couple
have Dan
weeks.
back for a stream soon while I'm away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll go through that then. If you guys want to talk about the history of like all of our stuff, we'll have like a Mark 1, a Mark 2, Mark 3, his
Get everything hooked up.
prototypes, my hand-wired, like
120.
my hand-wired 120 that's kind of like Mark 1-ish, not quite Mark 1-ish.
Like pre-Mark 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then your Mark II that is special.
Yes. Yeah, that's fun.
Derek
I haven't played
has
it in a long time.
Derek has a Mark II.
It's right there.
Yeah.
They can see it behind you.
Yeah, that one right there. That for whatever reason, and Dan even looked in the amp himself to figure it out and couldn't, but for whatever reason, it sounds better than any other Mark II that was ever built. Yeah, there's something in it, and like we told Dan, we're like, whatever is in this amp, figure out what it is, and put it in the other amps. And he opened it, and he's like, it's exactly like the other ones, but for whatever reason, it sounds better. So, not sure. Right place, right time. But yeah, get that one on there for sure.
Jeff wants to see Tubbs play metal. Tubbs will answer that if he's still watching, but he's going to be up here, and we're going to get him on December 21st. We got our Christmas party the 20th, and then Tubbs will be here for that, and then 21st we're going to have him on. So maybe you can convince Tubbs to play metal. I don't know if he'd play metal, but Tubbs can shred there's no tomorrow.
He can definitely rip harder than anyone that I know.
What's your favorite personal Revv amp?
I'm
going to ask everybody that's watching that's watched this before.
I know what yours is.
Yeah. So, what anybody who's watching, what is my favorite Revv amp? I've said it a bunch of times on the streams.
I know what Derek's is. Yeah.
Kinda. Yeah. Stobes knows what it is. Anybody know?
I'm in between.
First person who answers what my favorite amp is properly, you'll get your choice of one of our demo G series pedals. We found a box full of like ones that we used at NAMM shows and stuff. So it might have some scratches and shit on it, but yeah.
Yeah. You
free.
Can get first person to guess Derek's.
First person to guess my favorite amp.
Yeah.
I can't believe no one is guessing. Which 740? Derek Clausen's got it. 740 Mark II.
Yeah.
Yeah. 740 Mark II is my favorite amp that we have ever built. Mine is, you guys can't see it probably, there's a little blue one sitting back in the corner here.
And Dutch.
Yeah, that little
Dave
thing.
says you're 740.
That little thing right there is my favorite amp that we build. And when Dan is here, I will make it so that we have the wall behind us there lit up with like the history of Revv.
Yeah.
And we'll play through kind of everything.
Sweet. Derek, I'll message you. Yeah.
So you get your choice of G2, G3, or G4.
Yeah.
Because we've got those. Yeah, Braxel, you have a Gen 740 Mark II. Green channel on that amp is the best channel that we have. No offense to Dan or anybody else, but it is still without a doubt my favorite. If you guys want to know what that's like because you've never had a chance to see it, go check out. There is a video, I think it's a Two Notes video more than it is a Revv video, showing the Torpedo Studio being played through a Dumble Overdrive Special, and Joey Landreth plays through an Overdrive Special, and then he plays the second part of the solo on Still Feel Gone, one of Joey's solo tracks.
Yeah.
He plays it through
amazing.
the green channel on the Gen 740 Mark II, and it is, without a doubt, the absolute best. So, yeah.
Clayton, you're right. Scott does have a 120.
He's got a 740 Mark II as well. And Michael's doing a GoFundMe for a Generator 120.
I think my favorite is the Generator 120, the Mark III.
Yeah?
I don't know. I was as I was thinking about that, I was like, oh, the D20 is definitely up there, but the 120 just does everything. Like I like a lot of different types of tones, and the 120 gives me every source tone that I like and that I need. So, yeah, I'm gonna go with the Mark III 120.
I'll change my answer to whichever one I'm playing.
What?
That's my favorite one, is whichever one I'm playing like at the time.
Yeah.
No, 740 Mark II. Sean's got a 740 Mark II. What pedal with your 740 Mark II? Delay pedal. That's all you need.
Yeah, timeline.
And the tilt boost into the green channel. Ooh, I haven't done that. Ooh, I'm going to do that tomorrow. Not tomorrow. I'm not here tomorrow. Friday, I'm going to do that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Off-topic question. Thoughts on the whole new standby switches Satan idea? What's that? What's that, Robbie? Not sure what that is. Jeff, the best order you've got is number 1465. We got your order.
Hey.
Jeff ordered an amp.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hey, Sean, Have you played the 740, Mark? Like, have you played your 740 with the tilt? I haven't done that yet because mine's never hooked up. Because we're always playing through phones here, and I don't use Capture X very often, so yeah. Some techs are saying a standby switch is useless. I don't know enough about them.
It might also be a good question for Dan when he's on here. Because, I mean, if you look at a lot of old Fender amps, like the Princetons and all those, like, they don't have standby switches. I guess, I really don't have enough understanding of the specific tech behind what, I mean, I know what it does, but I don't know. Let's ask Dan. Ask him what he thinks.
Yeah.
I have it. It's on screen to the green channel. Awesome.
Sorry.
Isn't good for the amp. Okay. Oh, I don't know. I mean, if there's science behind it, like, people's opinions can change with new research, so.
Send you a tilt pedal. You can get a tilt pedal on sale right now. Come on, man. Tell me to send you a tilt pedal. I don't have any tilt pedals. That's the lie. I have one right here. Sorry. All right, what else are we supposed to talk about here? We're supposed to. Hey, any of you guys see the interview with Jeremy Hebert from Comeback Kid today?
Oh yeah, yeah, we did that.
Anybody watch that? I was listening to it while I drive back.
It was fun. I will say that was the first time I've ever actually like interviewed someone, but like again with Jeremy and the relationship that he has with Dorian and with us here. We obviously went to talk about some Revv stuff, but it was pretty chill. I think with those types of things, that's definitely what we aim for. Is more just like a hang, less than an interview. Get some gear talk in there, but at the same time, just kind of vibe and have fun. But yeah, Jeremy is a super, super nice dude. I think I've told you this before, but his cousin actually is the guy who runs the Big City All-Star band that I gig with. His cousin Carlin.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, which is funny because I didn't know that until after I'd recorded with them. But yeah, like it's great to have. We just sent out a rig for them on their Euro tour. It's just nice to be working with those guys. They're absolutely crushing it, and they're super, super nice dudes. So it was great to have Jeremy in here. Yeah, and also hear a bit about like them using the 120 on heavy steps and like how that whole process happened. Because so did you bring them an amp to private ear when they were recording?
Yeah, Dorian set it up.
So Dorian knows the Comeback Kid guys from like way back, and then they were recording heavy steps in town here with John Paul Peters, who also was on Gear and Beer with us. He's a really amazing producer from Winnipeg.
More importantly, he has a gorgeous 72 Les Paul Deluxe.
Yes.
Gold top.
So Derek brought them a 120. And
I took it down to JP to mess with.
Yeah.
And I think Dorian was like, hey, Comeback Kid's going into private ear soon. You should get something to JP. So I messaged JP and said, can I bring an amp down? And he said, of course.
Yeah, brought it down. And Jeremy was messing with it just with some other amps in one of the rooms, and he got some tones that he was really liking out of it. So he's like, yeah, let's use it. So they tracked with it. But as you do when you're sending off your album to get mixed by someone else, because Putney mixed the album, they took a DI. So they sent Will, I think Jeremy ended up using the Revv for some of the lead stuff and some other stuff. And then they sent him all the DIs. And then when Will Putney sent them back mix revisions, he sent them back a bunch of mixes with different amps and didn't tell them what each amp was. It was just like mix A, mix B, mix whatever. And without knowing what it was, they ended up choosing the Revv for like a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Because we had sent Putney a 120. So yeah, it was kind of cool. Getting introduced to it in the studio and then having someone else mix it and hearing it and being like, oh, I like that, and then realizing it was the same thing. So yeah, that was really cool to hear that story. Yeah, that's in that interview. But yeah, they need to hear that type of stuff for sure.
We've had lots of fun ones like that I don't even know if we've put them up recently. Like we've got Chris Cadell. Is that one up?
Yeah, it's not up yet. We got John Brown.
I
did one with.
Jeff Stinko
from Simple Plan.
Barry from 3 Days Grace.
Eric from Shinedown.
Oh no, we didn't do one with Barry.
We didn't do a video. We didn't have time to do a video with Barry.
Yeah.
Eric from Shinedown.
Right. Zach from Shinedown.
Jeff Schrader.
With
Man, yeah, we've been really lucky to be able to link up with a bunch of great artists recently. For sure. It seems like now the shows are happening, and even through here, like last week we had like Lone Star was here too.
Yep.
It was like 3 huge shows last week. Either one of you fans? Oh man, if you're new to the stream, Derek is gonna give you his opinion on that. If you're not new to the stream, you know the answer. But if you're new to the stream, I like Rush musically. Not a big fan on Geddy Lee. Singing musically, phenomenal band. I think really changed a lot of stuff. Derek has his own opinion on Rush, and you're probably not gonna like it if you're new to the stream. So please don't take it personally. But it's kind of a running joke.
Not a fan.
And Derek's not a fan of Rush.
But sure, they write good songs.
But
I just hate their singer's voice.
Yeah. No, I don't have a favorite riff. I mean, I really do like, as kind of cliche as I really like the acoustic part and Closer to the Heart. Like the intro riff is really cool.
Yep.
Alex Lifeson definitely has a lot of just really great melodic riffs and great tones. And I'd be lying if I said I was extremely familiar with their stuff. But from what I've heard, I remember hearing that riff and just being like, oh, that's a really cool line, nice melody. So, yeah.
Jeff has asked if we talked to Henning lately. I haven't talked to him since I sent him the Mauler to check out from Glenn. Yeah. I don't know. Henning's always a good time. The problem whenever I talk to Henning is that I lose an hour of my life because him and I just
go off about whatever.
Yeah, and just talk about stupid shit for an hour. So, somebody else asked their active pickups versus passive pickups. Great question. Depends on the active pickups. I am not an EMG fan.
No.
In any way, shape, or form. But I'm not a metal guy. So, I will say, for the most part, I'm not an active pickup guy. And I like not necessarily lower output. Like Dorian's Les Paul Custom there
so
has
low
like
output.
really low output pickups, and I feel like it's choking me a little bit and like choking sustain.
He likes it just because he can boost it more when he needs to. Dorian very much is about like give me less and I'll make it more, as opposed to give me more and I'll have to tame it.
Yeah.
You know. But that's what I found from tracking with him, and that's why he likes that. Like I tracked some higher low stuff with his Evertune Les Paul that has beard cells in it, and those are the all beard cell pickups. Same thing. I think it's the like the Chris Hanna pickups, like from Propaganda.
Okay.
But yeah, same thing. Like tracking with it first, I was like, shit, like I gotta gain everything up, like a lot from what I'm used to. But he just reamps it, and that way he has the flexibility to turn into whatever he wants to. So
Triumph is awesome.
Derek likes Triumph.
Yep. So I don't know. I have no idea what pickups are in this, but I love how this Nick Johnson Strat sounds. Like clean tones are like on the neck pickup, like.
And those are, I will say, those are really low output. Those are not high output pickups at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it works really well with the guitar.
Okay. And then the bridge pickup. Like I like how tonally they're well balanced. Like one's not way brighter or way darker than the other. Like
totally. They're all very even and well matched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like for like high gain stuff, like. I will say this, I saw that like your new guitar has Fishmans. What Fishmans are you playing? Stobes is asking which amp I'm on, and I'm using both right now, the D20 and the G20 in stereo. Yeah. So, and I use the G3 pedal in front of both, and I just have the clean channels on. Which Fishmans though, Jeff? I love Fishman stuff. I'm mostly like for humbuckers, I like the classics, and I really like the Willie Adlers.
I haven't tried those yet.
Oh man, you just don't remember. You just don't remember. So
at NAMM, or was it?
No, the Balaguer Hyperion guitar that I had.
Oh, the fluff guitar.
The fluff guitar had Hyperions in it, and also that really, really terrible, I won't say the name of it because it'll out them, but that gold top Les Paul that we tried to fix that was in the playtest area.
Yeah.
It sounds good. It's got Willie Adlers in it, and they're killer. I don't like the moderns, but Luke, who's off camera.
I love them.
Yeah. Luke's got a Bluesman vintage
Sedan.
Strat, S-type.
Family vehicle.
That has two of the
just one.
Shit.
Oh, you're talking
it's
about
got
the single
two
coils.
of the just Fender or single coils. I don't know if
They're Fishman.
Yeah, they're Fishman, but they're not called classics. And then it's got a modern in the bridge.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of the modern in the bridge because I had that guitar before he had it, and like, I would have preferred the classic in the bridge on that. But I will say this: the Friedman Gristletone or Gristle King Greg Koch Tele pickups are the best sounding Telecaster pickups I've ever heard.
Fishman. Yeah.
Yeah, the Fishmans. They are killer.
What I like about the Fishman is that they're not necessarily active for the sake of having more gain. It's just the way that the it's not like a preamp, but it's just the way that it actually operates. Like it's not like it's boosting it to have more output.
David, you asked any lap steel players using Revv amps. Yeah, we have D20s. I believe Travis Toy, who is currently with Luke Bryan. I don't know if he's playing them live, but he definitely has a D20.
Isn't Jerry McPherson use steel?
Jerry McPherson. And then also, hey, Sean, if you're here, do you know Kevin? He goes by Capo. He plays with Blake Shelton. He's got a Gen 740 with a 2x12. And I can't remember if he's got, Jerry Douglas has a D20.
Jerry Douglas, sorry, that's what I was thinking of.
I don't know if, can't remember if Capo's was, he might have a D20 and a Gen 740. I don't remember, to be honest. But yeah, a couple of pedal steel players that have them that I have no idea where they use them because almost everybody I know that plays pedal steel is also a scary good guitar player.
Yeah.
So,
have you ever tried playing a pedal steel? It is unbelievably hard.
I'm having a hard enough time with the guitar. So
really good steel players though, man.
Travis Toy. Dude, you have to. Do you know Travis Toy?
I know who he is.
You need to listen to Travis. Have all of you listened to? Yeah, Kevin Capo's got a D20. Okay, so all of you need to go listen to Travis Toy solo record when you have time on Spotify. The guy's just a monster, and Andy Wood guests on it, who is also a monster.
Jeez. Touring with James Barker Band, Michael Eckert, who plays with them, is just unbelievable. And also there's a guy that's gigged with Dallas a few times named Mitch J. Nice. Mitch was the first guy that I saw that had a wild-ass pedal rig with his pedal steel and was just getting ridiculous drive tones out of it and doing cool stuff like that. And I was like, man, this rips when it's done well. And he's also someone who is actually a steel player, not just a guitar player who decided to try to learn it. So really, really good.
Sean, were you playing lap steel, or what did you call it? What's the guitar that you were doing that you were messing with?
Well, Dave's building himself a lap steel. That's a tough project.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Sean played on Travis's record, too. We listened to it on the way back from Sweetwater one time down to Nashville.
Yeah. Super good.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I got to check it out. Yeah.
Also, After Eights are great.
Endorse us.
Oh, there we go.
Jeez.
Any gear that you guys want to see us get? Sean's playing a lap steel with a double bender.
Oh, jeez. That sounds hard.
Yeah. Anything that you guys would like to see us get and mess around with? I want to mess around with that multi-effect stuff again soon, but it's going to be for a bit. Maybe a Metal Zone? Yeah, we should do a Boss pedal night, dude. And talk about how people
we should get some of the Japanese
on
ones and shoot them out with the normal ones.
Yeah.
See if they're actually better. That'd be
I'm not buying that collection. I don't care what you and Kyle say.
Oh, I didn't tell you about. I didn't have that. I didn't even have that in mind. Yeah, it's funny. People who watch this stream now are just sending Derek blowouts of certain stuff.
Oh, dude, I know.
You should buy this.
Yeah, I'm
no. Yeah.
Wah pedal shootout stobes? I would be into that, man. Equipped with you have to move your mouth just.
But you're not allowed to move your mouth.
I can't do it then. It's
even when Derek does the pick scrape, he goes
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
Yeah. It's funny.
New Donner. Oh, yeah, that's cool. I just saw that. It looks like it's cool. Did you see that? The Donner modeler thing that the Arena 2000.
No.
Did you see it? This is a new multi-effects thing or modeling thing from Donner. Yeah. What does everybody use for cables? We made our own. We use square plugs for our pedal boards now, and I have to say, compared to, no offense to Georgel cables, but compared to when we were using Georgels, they are a lot more consistent and a lot more fun. We've been using these Digiflex.
Yeah, I'm very much just a Digiflex guy. Yeah.
And
honestly.
These are the silent plug ones, so
It has the
yeah,
switch on it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. I like it.
I generally just use the standard, like literally this, like the
Digiflex.
camera there. Yeah, just the Digiflex Tourflex series. Alex, showing the Tourflex. Just this one. So Digiflex does the Studio Flex, which is the gold, the black. Well, they're Nutric ends, but it's like the black with the gold. The Tourflex ones are a little more robust, and same thing, Nutric ends, just the Digiflex cabling. For the price, I honestly, like, I very rarely will have one fail, ever.
All of our boards are wired with Megami cable.
Yeah. Which Manny wired up for us.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm not big into, like, it has to be Megami or it has to be this or that. You know what I mean? Like,
I agree.
Yeah.
There's, unless you're getting into, like, the evidence audio stuff where it's, like, ridiculously expensive. But
yeah.
I will say, if you A/B them and listen closely, you can definitely hear a bit of a difference. But for everyday use, that's not something I would be too concerned about.
No.
Like, studio, maybe, but live, I'm, Digiflex, Tourflex.
I think it was Derek asked about what we think of the King of Tone pedal.
The MXR one?
No, that's the Duke of Tone. If you mean the real King of Tone, like the Analog Man one,
yeah.
It's cool. It's not my favorite overdrive that I've played, and it's not by a long shot my favorite. But I really like, I like Klons a lot, and I like Timmy's.
Yeah.
Are kind of more what I gravitate towards.
You recently discovered how much you like the Timmys.
Yeah, and the Klons.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah.
They're good. It's a bad habit to get into.
I also like that.
Once you reach 40,
yeah.
Klons.
Yeah, exactly. It's nothing but clean tones and downhill from there. Like,
just love that breakup, man.
honestly, I just use the tilt. I'm not just trying to promote our stuff, but buy a tilt. So
it's such a useful pedal.
Yeah.
It is.
The Daily Driver was my favorite pedal. I got that from Sean like over a year ago.
Snowball-tone?
The Snowball-tone Daily Driver, and it didn't leave my board from like the week that I tried it. And it has left my board just in favor of, like, honestly, just in favor of the boost side of the tilt now. Like, just that exact tone. Like, I can do almost anything I ever need to do with, like... Now it's like, yeah, it's weird. Ping pong.
Yeah.
So
play it again. Sorry. It should be dotted eighth on one side and eighth on the other side. Yeah, there you go.
Scroll down so we see more comments or Stubbs. Way to pay attention, bud. Thanks, yeah.
Oh, frig.
Somebody asked about the H90 from Electro Harmonix. Yeah, man, I would love to check that out. I'll wait till I can find a way to get one for not a ton of money. I also really want to check out the MXR, like the Ducatone, like the...
I only thought that because we had talked about that recently.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, that was what
I want to check that out.
Yeah, definitely want to do that.
Anybody else? Sean, I'm curious your opinion on the King of Tone.
I will say, shout out to the guys at MXR too. We ran into them at Sweetwater when we were there, and they were really, really, really nice dudes.
Matt and Brian?
Matt and Brian. We love what MXR does, and it was nice to meet some of those guys there. They were incredibly nice and made great stuff. So I was going to start doing stuff, but...
What's your guys' favorite pedal? I'm curious that. We had some questions from Instagram we didn't even answer, right?
Yeah, we did. We answered most of these already.
Did we?
Yep.
Why D20, why G20?
My general... like, you can get most of the tones of the D20 with the right pedal rig. I would say the D20 is a platform that if you want to have most of your rig on the front end, that's your go-to. The G20 is more of an all-in-one solution. So if you want to get most of your tones from within the box, go with the G20. If you want to get most of your tones in front, go with the D20.
One of each.
Yeah, one of each, like the video I posted. Jack.
Yeah, that's right.
Like
right, you
the clean channel obviously has different characteristics, but I feel like with the D20 where it's the only channel, you need to have the ability to push it and pull it as you want to get the tones you want. Whereas with the G20, when you back off the gain, you can get the more slightly broken tones. So the clean channel is just intended to stay clean. So generally, yeah, pedal rig, D20, most of your tones from within the amp, G20. That's my general, decision-making advice when people ask.
Somebody asked, can we still order WGS? Yeah, you can. Just takes us a little bit longer, but you absolutely can.
Yep.
I'm going to just go through all the questions.
Yeah.
We did
do most of these.
G20 or G2 and tilt
We did
stacking.
that. MK2 versus MK3. Yeah, no.
The Mark III version of the 740 will probably be NAMM next year, is my guess. But sometime next year. What else we got?
The only one we didn't answer was how is the process different when designing the signature pedals?
Oh, Dan has to work with somebody else instead of just
Basically,
building stuff himself.
Someone else has input.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
And obviously way more prototyping. Like right now.
Yeah, for sure. Because usually Dan will come down, and if it's no one else involved, the three of us will sit there and be like, "Yep,
yeah,
great, sounds good."
Like we give like my input on the Dynamis yesterday was, it just needs to be a bit brighter.
Same.
Was about the only thing that I said. So
we had a handful of people try it, and that was the general consensus. Otherwise, I think it's pretty friggin' there. It sounds really, really good without overhyping or tuning our own horn or Dan's horn with it, but like it legitimately sounds really, really good and different than any other amp that we have. It's not like either of those channels are anything close to what's on the current 120s at all. So.
I used to have a data corrupter. I don't know where it went. I'm sure there's one around here
What's
somewhere.
that? That's EQD Earthquaker. Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know if I ever saw you with that one. Did you have that? Or was it the Bit Crusher?
I have them both.
Or that is it, the data thing. No, that is it. Yeah. But yes, it is the Bit Crusher. Yeah, that's what Alex is saying. Oh, man, that sounds great. I think the difference, I mean, like, the nice thing about working with other artists is, like, Dan is someone who, if you explain to him what you want, he will find a way to physically make it work. But it's nice to have input on those, like, initial concepts.
Wow.
Like, with the tilt, like, the approach was so different where, like, Sean had, like, the boost side of it was the boost side, but it had this extremely useful tool that is something that coincided with what Sean likes from tube amps when they're really cranked, like from old vintage tube amps, and like the drive side, the way the volume and the gain structure respond on the pedal respond like an amp like that would. And although the G series pedals are amps in a box, they're based on those channels, and I think that philosophy is not something that Dan would have thought of on his own because of what his tastes are. But when Sean explained it, Dan was able to completely convey it into a pedal. Like,
yeah, it's interesting.
You know?
It was really interesting to watch the two of them work together.
Yeah, it was
December.
pretty crazy. Like, it would be cool to get them to work on more stuff together because like Sean's tonal insight and his ear is like so unbelievably perceptive to everything and the mechanics of how it works.
And the big thing is Dan's a metal singer and player, right? Like, so the idea of like bloom, do you know what I mean? Like of having like.
Right, as opposed to just like a really compressed, tight sound.
Yeah,
was something that was different. And the whole concept of like the low cut and everything to like get rid of the inherent boominess that you would get from a cranked amp and stuff like that. Like the way that the Revv amps are designed, they don't boom that same way. So it's not something that Dan would have thought of on his own. But when he heard about it and it made sense to him, he nailed it right away. So yeah, and same thing with the Mauler, like the HM2 side, like that's not like we were talking about today. Like you're like, man, like that's not a tone. Like it's really cool, but that's not a tone that I would use for what I do. And I feel like although we're fans of high gain tones, it's always been about like the clarity and the preciseness of it. Whereas with what Glenn wanted, it was meant to be really boomy and gross and hairy, and like to find a way to combine that with what we knew how to do and liked doing was kind of the challenge with that. So yeah, I don't know, just those types of like initial concepts that we might not think of based on what we're used to. Dan is able to make into like a tangible product, which is crazy.
Low gain signature or headroom signature. Low headroom signature tubs amp when? Well, I don't know about signature amps. I feel like signature amps almost never do really well. And like, also, yeah, low headroom seems kind of strange. Like, you wouldn't want it to break up way too early. You'd want it to be able to have a lot of headroom or to break up if you wanted to. I mean, Sean's on staff here, so like, Sean's involved in, like, he's the next guy to check out the new Dynamis, so.
Yeah.
And the Generator 50.
His input is like invaluable.
Yeah, so Sean kind of has all of that input there. I mean, I guess if Sean has a concept for a tube amp that's something completely different than what we do, I mean, it's definitely something that
definitely not off the table.
We can talk about, but yeah.
Derek
So you want to hear some hot games?
Yeah, I was gonna say. Go for it. Yeah, I get it. Classic after image riff.
Yeah.
That's nice.
What else you guys want to know? We're here.
Yeah.
We're getting a little long, so.
Yeah, I didn't even realize we've been going long. It's been a good hang tonight, guys. Thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's pretty sweet. We just gotta find a way to get it to go through both outputs of one of them without the hum. Yeah. Cool. Well, yeah, if there's anything else you guys want to hear, let us know now. Otherwise, we're gonna sign her off. Is that the right key?
It's like, we're in standard tuning.
Oh, it's down to half seven.
Do we have any guitars that are half? Stop. What? You don't like Motley Crue? Who doesn't like Motley Crue? Do you have any guitars that are down a half?
I think Jeff and I tuned a bunch of them up when we were doing the video the other day.
What's
It's
Dorian's?
down a full step.
Is it down a full step?
Yep.
Dorian's is?
What's Dorian's?
What's down a full step?
The song.
Motley Crue.
Oh, it's down in, crazy.
Yeah, it's in D standard,
Really?
if I'm not mistaken. Most of them are.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's the original key.
Really?
Yep.
I'm going all the way down.
G minor. There you go.
It's in standard too. Like, what's going on here?
Oh, he says Love Crew. Nice.
Now you're looking at a dual amp. Yeah.
Sorry, Dave.
Like playing in stereo.
Sorry, Dave.
I remember one of the first times I did that was my old band. Like, we hadn't played together in a long time because my singer moved to Alberta, and we actually got together at Stobes' place.
Are you tuning to D?
I am. I'm trying to.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah. So I brought the AV switcher, and I ran my Generator 120 Mark II at the time, along with a Dynamis head and Stobes. It sounded so good in your like garage there, hey? Stobes gives a thumbs up. What amp were you using? Because you obviously didn't have your 5150 anymore.
I don't remember.
You're like, I didn't have one.
You probably brought me one.
I plugged straight in and was like, good enough. Is it working? Is he...
Yep, that's the key it's in. Oh yeah, there you go. Sweet. Yeah, well. I'm gonna drop seed.
System of a downtime.
I was gonna say no more tears. Like the Zach Wild squeals.
That doesn't sound mean, eh?
These strings just don't want to hold tune. Man, drop C just sounds so sick. Right? Nice. We are now every metalcore band from 2006. Sounds good.
That's awesome.
It's pretty sweet. Frig, figured out the other one too. Yeah. Just do everything one fret apart. Oh, there it is.
Dual hands with a twin tractor turned on both, right?
Oh, actually, it's a tracker. There we go. That's all you gotta do is just tune the strings down low so they're all loose. So dumb. Sweet.
Sounds awesome. I love it.
Your face. Whoa. The double tracker, yeah.
The tremolo one too.
Don't do that though.
Where is it?
Is that Beguiled?
Yeah, where is it?
Something like that.
What is that?
It's the new Smashing Pumpkins song.
Oh.
I actually like that riff a lot.
It's
Like,
so good.
It almost,
Do you
sounds
know
like,
that
it
song?
almost sounds like Schism for beginners.
If you,
A little bit.
dude, if you
A little bit.
Like, honestly,
Do you guys know this?
Yeah.
Do you guys know this track, like Beguiled by the?
Yep.
You know what I'm talking about?
You're gonna play it? Play it through the lav mic?
Yeah, please.
Okay, after this, we're gonna go.
See what's going on here.
I can't hear the riff when you're doing that. A different tuning.
What's that?
Different tuning. It's in D.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's like,
I like how it's still playing.
Still playing in the background. Almost sounds like Eye of the Beholder. Yeah, you're right, Dan, actually.
man, that is like, that was a cool experience. That like we got to see the Pumpkins in Minnesota a couple weeks ago, and like it's the first time I've ever heard like a 120 rig in
that setting,
in a stadium or in an arena. Like I think maybe I've heard it in. I don't know. Sounded so good. Like Jeff's a good player too. So Braxel's asking how long is that pedal on sale for? December 6th, I think.
7th it ends.
7th?
So yeah, up until the 6th. Yeah.
Stobes, I wish I knew how to play Save a Horse Ride a Cowboy.
Isn't it? It's like something stupid like that. Yeah.
So like there's a perfect example of when, I can't remember who asked earlier, but like when you're not sure like how to get some like inspiration, right? Like, just do that, man. Like, tune down a full step. Like,
yeah, just find something that's new to you and just find it. Because, like, I will say too, like, if it's in a different tuning, even though I'm playing some of the same shapes, like, just the way it sounds, even though it feels familiar, it sounds different, and I want to play it differently, right? Like,
so nasty.
That's sick. Super huge.
All right.
Hell yeah. All right, guys. It's that time. They're all on. Thanks for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Black Friday sales on until December 6th. Do not take this last 30 seconds as a representation of what we do as a company. That is a disclaimer. This is just going to be all out stupid, so. Oh, that's weird. Anyways, if you have any questions, feel free to shoot us an email on our sales forum on the website. I'd be happy to help you out.
Pedals are
Otherwise,
15% off until December 6th or 8th or something like that, and $300 off Pro Series, $100 off of Alpha Series in US dollars.
Yep, and free customization on any Pro Series amps.
Yeah.
On top of that, which is, I believe, 125 USD on top of that.
Depends. I mean, if you go with different front plates, different baffles, like it'd be
Go nuts.
$175.
Now's the time. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. Feel free to shoot us a message if you got any questions about the sale. I will be gone the next few weeks. These guys will be rocking out in this fashion. We'll see you next time. Thanks, everybody. Awesome. We lost like 10 viewers right away. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time. Okay, we can sign her off anytime now. I'm gonna unplug the guitar. Wait, what? Is that you? Okay, bye, guys.